Because, for example, let's say you try to mint a project and it won't sell out, or it will sell only a little bit of it, you're going to get all your money back, right?
That's correct.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of the DFINITY Pill podcast. My name is Alex, this is Lucian, and actually today we have a special guest. The man behind CrowdFund NFT is here with us, so welcome and thank you very much for accepting our invitation. How's it going?
Hello, hi. How are you guys?
We're very good. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Tell us a little bit about yourself outside of the CrowdFund NFT project.
Sure. So I'm Luke. I'm based in London. We're all based, our company's based here in London. I've been working in fintech for the past few years. So I graduated at university 2019, and I've started a little company where we do financial data. So we track open banking payment data. And we sold that company last year. So this time last year in April. So I've been working in the fintech space, sort of on an entrepreneurial wave as well. And then I got into the IC space recently and been exploring options in, with DFINITY network and all of that sort of.
Awesome. Can you tell us how many people are there in your team at CrowdFund, and what is everyone's role?
Sure. So we're a team of 4. I'm sort of heading up the entire thing, the operations and sort of heading the project over. We have a Max Lascombe. You might have seen him on Twitter. He's our CTO. He worked with me previously on our other company where we do sort of fintech related activity, but he's here now with us. He's a Motoko programmer. So he's been learning all about Motoko. He's getting to the stage now where he's definitely an expert in Motoko. So that's really interesting. We have an engineer called Zahid, who's based in London. He's works at Global Aerospace, actually. He's a really interesting developer. He's also founded 2 companies, Halal Joints and Buscana. So sort of engineers and entrepreneurs, those 2 guys. And then we have a 4th member called Clément, who's based in Paris. And he is taking care of all of our kind of outreach, community management, marketing, all of the rest of it. So he's what everybody's going to speak to. He's reaching out to projects, they're reaching out to him, and he's getting everybody on board with this new model. So it's quite a balanced team.
I think it's great that you have started this company with people that you have previously, worked with,
Yes.
Because you already have this synergy between you guys. You mentioned that you discovered the ICP ecosystem a while ago. How did you get involved with it?
I mean, like everybody, I think I discovered it around Genesis time. Got really interested in what was going on in the ecosystem and really interested in the tech, actually. I was just trying to learn about it and read about it, and I wanted to sort of become more active. So I started writing articles, and I got on Twitter and got involved with the DFINITY community and just started writing little pieces. And I think the piece that kind of really brought me into the IC was the intro to the IC writing competition. I submitted a piece and I won that competition, which was kind of cool. I was very excited about it, but I think mainly it just got me involved with the IC community and ecosystem, and I started to sort of speak to more founders, speak to more people who are quite active in the community, and then that's when I think I sort of made the mental leap to, okay, well, I should probably try and build on this platform and try and contribute to it in a more sort of sophisticated way than just writing articles.
That's great, especially since you come from the fintech space. I mean, the internet computer ecosystem needs more people like you to come build on the internet computer. Now, can you please elaborate about what CrowdFund NFT is and what you guys do, actually?
So what we're trying to build is a sort of a Kickstarter-like crowdfunding platform. It's based on all of the sort of traditional crowdfunding models that you'll see, GoFundMe, Indiegogo, where a project has to reach a certain goal for it to be funded, for the funds to be delivered. And if it doesn't reach that goal, everybody gets reimbursed. It's sort of our unique piece in our model that doesn't exist in traditional NFT releases or whatnot. And we're adding another layer where rewards. So on traditional crowdfunding platforms, Kickstarter or whatnot, project creators will provide rewards in exchange for participation in the crowdfunding round. We're doing the same thing, but we're adding an NFT layer so that rewards can be tracked as people who are NFT holders. And that really adds value for people investing in projects, crowdfunding into projects, as well as for project creators. They can track their community better, more easily. It makes it possible for people to trade the NFTs. So we're sort of creating a new model for crowdfunding that's a little bit based on traditional crowdfunding platforms and adds a bunch of sort of blockchain technology layers to it to make the model more interesting and more valuable.
Right. So we can look at it like a reverse marketplace model, right? Because you first have to fund the project, it has to reach the cap, and only then you get the NFT, unlike traditional NFT marketplaces.
And I think this is a good thing because, for example, it gives people more safety when buying the NFTs. Because, for example, let's say you try to mint a project and it won't sell out, or it will sell only a little bit of it, you're going to get all your money back, right?
That's correct. And this all run on smart contracts, which makes it sort of not tamperable with. It's open source, it's verifiable. So all of this is happening on chain as well on smart contracts. Like, it's extra secure.
When you started this project, did you think that you will be a competitor to traditional NFT marketplaces? Or what was the reason why you started this project?
Well, actually, no, it's quite a curious development. We thought that we were really bringing a crowdfunding model to the IC and to the blockchain, which is still what we're trying to do, by the way. But I don't think we realized how much of a presence we'd take in the NFT launchpad space. And I guess we're not really competing with the marketplaces per se, but we're competing as a launch pad. Because if you're launching an NFT collection, you might want to do it on Entrepot or on CCC. You might also want to do it on crowdfund, where with the cap model, like we were just discussing, even though the NFTs could then be traded on other marketplaces. So I don't think we realized how much we would be competing as a launch pad, which has been quite an interesting development, but that's definitely where we find ourselves now. Yeah,
I think it's great because a lot of projects nowadays, now less than it did like a month ago, would have a lot of trouble finding a place where they could launch their NFTs, and there were like delays over delays over delays. And having somebody else where projects can go and launch their projects is always welcome in the IC ecosystem.
As an NFT creator, what are the benefits of launching their collection on crowdfund as opposed to traditional NFT marketplaces on the internet computer?
Well, the first benefit that's pretty obvious is that we are taking care of all of the minting process and funds collection and management systems. So we do all of that for you, which makes it really easy for projects that aren't really focused on doing an NFT collection. So that the projects that come to CrowdFundNFT are usually more than just an NFT collection. They're trying to build a gaming platform. They're trying to build infrastructure on the IC. They're trying to crowdfund for a project that is beyond just an NFT project. And they're using NFTs as a means for crowdfunding. So they're busy doing all of the other stuff, building their games, building their infrastructure, whatever it is that they're doing. And we're going to take care of all of it for them, the NFT release, the funds collection, and all the rest of it. The other benefit is that we're kind of tying the NFTs with a rewards-based crowdfunding system. So what we're saying is the NFT really isn't about the artwork for us too much, even though it can be. If you want to do your custom artwork, you can. It's about the rewards that are tied to that NFT. So as a project creator, you have to promise some rewards to your crowdfunding participants. That might be airdrops, it might be whitelists, it might be in-project benefits, like in-game benefits or whatever. And whoever the NFT holders are have access to those benefits. So we're sort of tying the NFT model with a rewards-based system for participants in crowdfunding rounds, which I think is very different to a traditional NFT marketplace, where artwork is more important and where, there's less of a rewards verification system in place.
So basically, if I understood this correctly, you will be focusing more not only on collections that are based purely on images. You'll be working mainly with people that want to develop like a game or an application, and the NFT is just like a ticket. Like, I participated in this crowdfund. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. You completely understood it. And yeah, there's a few rewards that come with that NFT,
What are those rewards?
It depends on the project. It's for project creators to decide what rewards they want to give. But the kinds of things that we're seeing are sort of traditional long-term Web3 rewards, access to new airdrops, access to whitelists, features, Discord benefits, and then you have a bunch of creative sort of benefits that people provide, like in-game benefits for gaming companies, or in our case, it's like early access to new projects. That's the reward that we provided. So yeah, there's all sorts of creative rewards that project creators are providing, but it's up to them what they choose to give to their crowdfunders.
So can everyone look to fund their project by using your platform, or are there any restrictions to who can participate?
So no, anybody can look to fund their project on the platform. We're not filtering what projects come on or don't come on. Well, we are, but only from a legal standpoint. So we're making sure that the project is legal. We're doing some KYC verification on project creators. We just need like passport information and that kind of thing in case there's some sort of legal issue. We also have there's some things that you can't provide as rewards because it's a sort of sensitive legal space, like equity. We're not allowed to do equity crowdfunding. That's like a very regulated industry. It kind of turns the NFTs into a security. So we can't do any of that. So we make sure that you're not providing equity as a reward. And if you are, we'll reject your project. But unless it's anything that sort of enters a legal boundary, then you're fine. You can come crowdfund on CrowdFund NFT. Because part of the benefit as well is that you can fail on CrowdFund NFT and nothing goes wrong. Because if you fail to reach your goal, everybody gets reimbursed. You don't get your funds, and nobody's really been harmed. So that's kind of a benefit as well, is that if you're hesitant to do a big crowdfunding round or even to just launch your project at all, CrowdFund NFT is a great measure for where your project stands with the community and what they think of it.
That's great. I think we need a lot more projects like this on the internet computer for it to eventually grow into something much bigger. Tell us if you have any plans of releasing a token for your platform, or what is the way that you actually fund your project?
We don't want to release a native token on the platform. We want to keep using the ICP token, and then also long-term the Bitcoin and Ethereum tokens when they get integrated into the IC. We don't think it's necessary to launch our native token on it. We don't think it's beneficial to the users in any way. But, we have to fund our projects. The way that we're funding it is we're charging a fee for successfully funded projects. So we take 5% of the amount raised for successfully funded projects. And then we also have a small fee on the NFT trades afterwards. So the project creators get a portion of the NFT fees, we get a portion of the NFT fees, and then we get 5% of the amount collected for successfully funded projects.
For this 5% that your company is getting, you take care of getting the NFTs on the blockchain, of collecting the money and everything else.
There's also a whole marketing element, because people are going to come onto the platform for many different projects. And it's a good place to kind of scan the ecosystem to see what kind of projects are being launched at the minute, what would I be interested in. So you're also in a way paying for marketing benefits. People are going to see your project, they're going to come to your project, they're coming from other projects, they're coming from crowdfund marketing.
Again, I think it's a lot easier to invest money into something that if it's not successful, you will receive your money back. So I really like this model. Have there been any NFT launches, or when is going to be the first NFT launch on your platform?
So we've actually done two that have been successful. We've had the first crowdfunding round, which is a crowdfunding round for ourselves, for CrowdFund NFT. We raised 1,500 ICP in less than 2 hours, which was amazing. And we launched our NFTs. We minted them into the wallets, so that's all done. We had a second successfully funded project, Cosmic Crafts. Do you know it's a gaming company? And they did a release. They aimed for 3,000 ICP, and they also sold out in 2 hours, which was pretty wild. And so those two have been successfully funded. We now have two that are on the project live that are not successfully funded yet. We have Contribute, which is another gaming company, and then we have a charity-based project which we partnered with the UN for, and it's to help support the Ukraine. So Ukrainian refugees, basically.
Yeah, we actually included this, I think, in our last DFINITY Pill review. Do you have an estimate time on when the next NFT is going to launch on your platform?
Yeah, well, we have a few projects in the pipeline. We have a lot, but we're trying to wait for the marketplace issue to be resolved. So a lot of the people that participated in the first two successfully funded crowdfunding campaigns, they're a little bit upset because they can't trade the NFTs yet. So they've received their NFTs as proof of participation, but there's no way for them to trade them. They're not accessible on Entrepot or CCC yet. So we're trying to resolve that problem first. And then we're going to do our next set of releases. There should be 4 or 5 projects coming on as soon as we fix that.
For everybody who minted, those NFTs, like work is being done to get them listed on marketplaces.
Exactly.
Where do you see a CrowdFund NFT at the end of this year, and what is your long-term plans for it?
So for us, CrowdFund NFT is a fantastic funnel for new projects on the IC. If you're a new project on the IC, you can do a very early crowdfunding round. It can be successful or not successful. And if it's not successful, then it tells you a lot about your project that you should probably know moving forward. So we really see it as like a funnel for projects on the IC. And we want loads of different projects that are being built on the IC to come through CrowdFund NFT. But we also want to explore slightly beyond the IC. We think that we're also just a crowdfunding platform on the blockchain. And you really don't need to be a blockchain project at all for crowdfunding on the blockchain to be to make more sense than traditional crowdfunding for you. If you're like a clothing company, you have nothing to do with blockchain, and you want to do a crowdfunding round, you now have the option between Kickstarter and CrowdFund NFT. And the difference is that we're going to provide your community with NFT tokens that are more valuable to them than not providing those tokens. And those tokens are provided with the same rewards. So you could do your same rewards on Kickstarter or on CrowdFund NFT, but your community will get NFTs with us and not with them. The other benefits is that it's global crowdfunding. So right now on Kickstarter, you can only crowdfund in certain currencies. So if I'm like a clothing company in the UK, I can only crowdfund in pound sterling. Now I can crowdfund globally. That opens up the market like way more. So you could get higher crowdfunding rounds. So there's benefits that make it valuable beyond the IC ecosystem. And that's where we see ourselves in a year is we're not just doing projects that are IC-based projects. We're doing projects that are totally nothing to do with the IC and potentially nothing to do with blockchain. That would be really exciting. The other sort of technological features that we want to include, well, we're waiting on the Bitcoin and ETH integrations, which are really the big benefits. Because if we can open up a crowdfunding platform now that accepts Bitcoin and Ethereum, then we're opening ourselves up to a whole load of new projects and a whole new market, which is really exciting. So that's kind of where we see ourselves in a year.
Do you also plan to integrate stablecoins into your market in order to attract those people, those projects actually, who don't have any direct connection with blockchain?
That's an interesting one. We could definitely do USDT, which is interesting. And again, all of the benefits are there. The global crowdfunding is there. The NFTs stay there. So yeah, no, that's definitely an idea.
What I love most about it is the fact that it's a lot safer for people that want to invest into NFTs, is that if it doesn't sell out, you get the money back. Like for me, this would be the selling point. And I really like that. Is there anything else you would like to share about your project?
We're building a marketplace as well. So we want our NFTs for successfully funded projects to be tradable on Entrepot and CCC. But we want to build a complementary marketplace on our website as well, where we will exclusively be trading CrowdFund NFTs, just so that we sort of have that there for our users as well. No problems with interoperability, integrations, and whatnot. So that's an announcement that we want to make. We'll be releasing that pretty soon as a sort of early V1, because we're having these problems with integrating with marketplaces. So that's one of the next things we're doing as well, is having a kind of complementary marketplace for people to trade their NFTs for successfully funded projects.
That's great. And this will remove the problem with having to wait on Entrepot or other marketplaces to list your item. On this marketplace that you'll build, will you list any other, popular NFTs, or it's only going to be the crowdfund ones?
No, this is only going to be the crowdfund ones. We don't want to turn into an NFT marketplace. That's really not our goal. We want to stay a crowdfunding platform with a complementary marketplace for people to trade the NFTs that come out of our rounds. We don't want to become a competitor to Entrepot. That's not our goal.
I think it's a great idea. I think people will love it, and we saw that people already loved it. And we'll ask everybody to give their opinion. We want to say thank you for coming on here with us and talking to us. And we can't wait to see what else you will do with this project.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
I think the idea of the platform sounds great. Less risk for people that want to invest in a project, I think, is always welcome. And definitely looking forward to see what they will do.
Yeah, and I think this type of projects are the projects we need more of on the internet computer in order for the whole network to grow.
So this was the podcast with CrowdFundNFT. We'll definitely be looking at them. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our account, and click the notification bell. My name is Alex, this is Lucian, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.